Good day, everyone. Today, together with my group, we'll be presenting our PowerPoint titled Chapter 9, Water-Soluble Vitamins. In this presentation, we'll explain what water-soluble vitamins are, then bakit sila important in our body, and how they function in the body. We will also discuss the B-complex vitamins and vitamin C, including their function, sources, and their role in overall health. Then let's begin. Introduction. In water-soluble vitamins, it is dissolved in water and are not stored in large amount in the body. They must be taken daily through diet to avoid deficiency. These vitamins are easily destroyed by heat, light, and oxidation. They play essential role in metabolism, energy production, and tissue repair. Excess amounts are excreted through urine. So, ang water-soluble vitamins ay hindi naiipon sa katawan kaya daily intake ang kailangan. Dahil sensitive sila sa environmental factors, dapat maingat sa pagluluto at pag-store ng pagkain. Sila ang tumutulong sa paggawa ng energy mula sa pagkain at sa pag-ayos ng mga cells sa katawan. Next is vitamin B complex. So, the B complex group includes several vitamins that work together in metabolism. They help release energy from carbohydrates, fats, and protein. They support nerve function, red blood cell formation, and enzyme activity. So, ang B complex ay binubuo ng B1, B2, B3, B6, B9, and B12. Sila ay co-enzyme na tumutulong sa katawan para magamit ang nutrient bilang energy. Bukod sa energy, mahalaga rin sila sa brain health and blood formation at enzyme reaction. Kailangan ito lalo na kung active ang lifestyle mo. Next is thiamine, vitamin B1. Functions. Help convert carbohydrates into usable energy, supports normal nerve and muscle function, plays a role in maintaining a healthy appetite and proper digestion. Ang thiamine is the first B vitamin na na-discover. Isa ito sa pinaka-importanteng coenzyme para sa energy metabolism. So, the food sources are whole grains and enriched cereals, legumes, nuts, and seeds, pork, and other lean meats. So, kapag kulang sa B1, pwedeng makaranas ng fatigue, nerves issues, or poor digestion. Nakuha ito sa mga whole foods at karne, lalo na sa pork. Next is the RDA or Recommended Dietary Allowance. It meets daily metabolic requirements for adults, requirement increase with high carbohydrate intake or physical activity. So, ang RDA ay base average daily intake na kailangan para matiling healthy. Kung mahilig ka sa kanin o active ka sa athlete, construction worker, mas mataas ang B1 na kailangan mo. Kaya mahalaga isama sa diet ang mga pagkain na mayaman sa thiamine.
Stability. Most thiamine is in the aileron layer of cereal grain. So, ibig sabihin, yung malaking thiamine daw is makikita sa aileron layer of cereal grains. Makikita niyo dyan sa screen yung picture ng cereal grain, which is dyan sa part na yan, yung highlighted din, yan yung thiamine. Using whole grain, flours, chapatis, fruities, ensures retention. Mas okay ito na gumamit ng whole grain flours kasi mas napapanatili niyo yung thiamine. Example dyan is yung chapatis and fruities, gawa sila sa whole grain flours. It is water soluble, so cooking water should be retained. And ang thiamine is water soluble siya. Cooking food just done and avoiding soda has retention. So, mas makakatulong daw na mapanatili yung thiamine kapag lulutuin daw kaagad. And iwasan din maggamit ng soda kapag magluluto. The next is effect of deficiency. Digestive system disturbance, loss of appetite, anorexia, poorly toned muscles, constipation, nausea, vomiting. Ang ibig sabihin naman dito, nagkakaroon daw ng loss of appetite or tinatawag din na anorexia. Pwede din magdulot ng poorly toned muscles, constipation, nausea, vomiting. The next is nervous system effects. Mental depression, moodiness, irritability, forgetfulness, confusion, and fear. Nagkakaroon din daw ng mental depression and moodiness. And pwede din magkaroon, nagiging irritable, and nagiging makakalimutan, confusion, and nagkakaroon ng takot. Severe deficiency leads to very, this is meaning I can't, making the person too ill to do anything. So, ang ibig sabihin dito, nagkakaroon ng biri-biri. Ang ibig sabihin ng biri-biri, yung hindi ka na makagalaw. Ganun. The next is riboflavin B2. Ang riboflavin B2 discovered after thiamine, a more heat-stable factor. So, ang ibig sabihin naman ng riboflavin, na-discover siya nung pagkatapos ng thiamine and mas matagal bago siya masira sa init. Ibig sabihin, mas kaya niyang tiisin ang init kumpara sa thiamine. isolated from yeast by Warburg and Christian, synthesized by Kahn and co-workers in 1935. So, matagal na pala siyang pinag-aaralan. Formerly known as vitamin B2 or vitamin G. So, dati, tinatawag siya na vitamin 2 or vitamin G. Marami siyang pangalan, ngunit isa lang siya. For example, yung mga artista, ang screen name nila is iba-iba, pero iisa lang sila. Less soluble in water than thiamine, very stable to heat, especially in acid solutions. Hindi din siya gaanong natutunaw sa tubig. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya basta-basta nawawala sa tubig kapag nagluluto. Next is more stable to heat, especially in acid solution. Mas matatag siya sa init, lalo na kung acidic yung pagkain. Kaya mas madali siyang ma-preserve sa pagkain ng riboflavin. The next is function. So, the primary form of riboflavin is an integral part of the coenzymes flavin mononucleotide and flavin dinucleotide. Riboflavin functions as a vital part of coenzymes in both energy production and tissue protein building. So, ang riboflavin ay isang water-soluble vitamin na pangunahing bahagi ng dalawang coenzyme, which is flavin mononucleotide and flavin adenine dinucleotide. Ang mga coenzyme nito ay crucial sa cellular respiration of energy metabolism. Sa madaling salita, ang riboflavin ay isang coenzyme na tumutulong sa mga biochemical reactions na nagko-convert ng nutrients sa energy at sa synthesis ng mga cellular components na mahalaga sa pagpapanatili ng kalusugan ng mga tissue at organ system. Next is food source. Ito naman, mga food source ng riboflavin. Rich source, milk yogurt, buttermilk, milk powder, liver, and kidney of animals. So, ibig sabihin naman, ang gatas, yogurt, and iba pang dairy products ay good source ng riboflavin, pati na rin ang atay ng mga hayop. So, example, kung gusto nyo magpalakas, pwede kayong mag-inom ng gatas, or kung adventurous naman kayo, pwede kayong kumain ng atay. For fair amount, pulses, green leafy vegetables, eggs, and meat. Ang pulses ay tulad ng beans at lentils. Ang mga green vegetables, itlog at karne ay meron din silang riboflavin, pero hindi gaano kadami unlike sa mga dairy products. For poor source naman, cereals, roots, and fruits. Ang cereal tulad ng bigas at mais, mga roots tulad ng patatas, at mga prutas ay hindi gaano mayaman sa riboflavin. So, we need to mix siya sa mga mayaman sa riboflavin, like milk, para makuha at the required amount ng riboflavin. Next is the RDA. RDA standard is based on 0.16 mg of riboflavin per 1,000 fecal for all ages. So, ibig sabihin, para sa bawat 1,000 calories na kinakain natin, kailangan natin ng 0.16 mg ng riboflavin. Kaya, kung mas malaki ang caloric intake natin, mas maraming riboflavin ang kailangan natin. Kung halimbawa ako, kumain ako ng 2,000 calories kada araw. So, kailangan kong matake is 1.2 mg na riboflavin. Recommended allowance varies from 0.70 mg for an infant to 1.7 mg for an adolescent. Ibig sabihin naman, mas mataas ang kailangan ng mga bata at teenagers kumpara sa mga adults dahil sila ay lumalaki at mas kailangan nila ng mas maraming nutrients.
Niacin is a water-soluble vitamin that belongs to the B-complex group. It includes two major forms, nicotinic acid and nicotinamide. These forms perform similar functions in the body and can be interconverted. One important thing about niacin is that it's in amide form that is soluble in water and generally does not cause adverse reactions. It is also highly stable, meaning it is not easily destroyed by heat, acid, or alkali, making it an important vitamin even in processed food. Niacin is essential because it forms part of two major coenzymes, NAD and NADP, which its phosphate form. These coenzymes are involved in tissue respiration, which is the process where cells use oxygen to produce energy. Energy production. Since NAD and NADP participate in the breakdown and utilization of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Niacin is also necessary for growth, especially for developing tissues and maintaining normal cell functions. Here are the some of food sources of niacin: liver, ground nuts, flesh foods, cereals, pulses, brewer's yeast. Since niacin is involved in the utilization of carbohydrates, the requirement of niacin is related to the total calories in the diet. The figure recommended is 6.6 mg per 1000 calories. The total niacin equivalent required daily on the basis of calorie requirement could range from 8 mg to 26 mg, depending on the age and occupation of the individual. Lack of niacin affects the skin, gastrointestinal tract, and nervous system. The skin, especially the part exposed to the sun, itches and burns. Lack of appetite in early stages is followed by diarrhea in later stages. Nervous changes includes dizziness, insomnia, irritability, fear, depression, and forgetfulness. Later on, there may be dementia. The deficiency disease is known as pellagra, which is seen in endemic form in some parts of India. Deficiency symptoms can be corrected by administering niacin.
Pyridoxine, also known as vitamin B6, is an essential water-soluble vitamin required for over 100 enzymes reaction involved in the body's metabolism. It is necessary for proper nerve function, immune health, brain development, and the production of red blood cells. Ang pyridoxine ay isang vitamina na kailangan ng ating katawan para gumawa ng enerhiya, makatulong sa pagbuo ng mga neurotransmitter tulad ng serotonin at dopamine na mahalaga sa mood at brain function, pagbuo ng hemoglobin, palakasin ang immune system at tamang paglaki at pag-unlad ng utak. Kadalasang nakukuha ang vitamin B6 sa pagkain ng karne, isda, saging, munggo at iba pang klase ng beans, patatas at mani. Ginagamit din ito bilang isang supplement kung may kakulangan sa vitamins B6. Folic acid is the synthetic man-made form of folate, also known as vitamin B9, a water-soluble B vitamin essential for human health. It helps the body make healthy new cells, produce red blood cells, and form and repair DNA. Ang folic acid or vitamin B9 naman ay isang vitamina na tumutulong sa pagbuo ng DNA at bagong cells. Kaya napakahalaga nito sa mga buntis at sa mga sanggol na nasa sinapupunan. Pag-iwas sa birth defect at malusog na pagproduksyon ng dugo. Saan maaaring makuha ang vitamin B9? Nakukuha naman ito sa pagkain ng cereals, tinapay, berdeng gulay tulad ng spinach at broccoli, beans at putas tulad ng orange. Mahalaga ito lalo na sa mga babaeng buntis o nagplano magbuntis. Kaya kadalasang nireseta ito ng doktor as a prenatal supplement. Vitamin B12, also called cobalamin, is a water-soluble vitamin essential for creating red blood cells, making DNA, and maintaining healthy nerve cells and brain function. It is naturally found in animal products like meat, egg, and dairy. Also can be obtained through fortified foods and supplements. Ang vitamin B12 ay isang vitamin na nakakatulong sa pagbuo ng malusog na pulang dugo o red blood cells para maiwasan ang pagkaroon ng anemia, maagos na paggana ng utak at nervous system, pagproseso ng enerhiya at pagbuo ng DNA. Nakukuha ito sa pagkain ng animal product tulad ng meat, egg, and dairy. Meron ding masamang epekto sa katawan kapag kulang ang isang tao sa vitamin B12. Nariyan ang maaaring pagkahina, anemia at iba pang sintomas dala ng kakulangan sa vitamin B12.
Function of ascorbic acid or vitamin C. So the function of vitamin C, it acts as an antioxidant that protects cells from damage, essential for collagen formation. It is important for skin, gums, blood vessels, and bones. It also enhances iron absorption, especially non-heme iron from plant sources. It supports immune system function, aids wound healing. So what are the sources of vitamin C? Foods that rich in vitamin C is citrus fruits, just like orange, calamansi, dalandan, and lemon. And also guava, mango, pineapple, strawberries, papaya, green leafy vegetables such as malunggay and pechay, tomatoes, broccoli, and bell pepper. So, vitamin C is highly sensitive and easily destroyed by heat or cooking, light, oxygen, and alkaline pH. So, the best preserve of the ascorbic acid is storing away from sunlight. Also, from minimal cooking or steaming instead of boiling, and eating fresh fruits and vegetables. So how much vitamin C do you need? So in 0 to 6 months, for males, 40 milligrams and females, to 7 to 12 months, 50 milligrams, males and females, to 1 to 3 years old, males and females, 15 milligrams, 4 to 8 years old, 25 milligrams, males and females, 9 to 13 years old, males and females, 45 milligrams. So in 14 to 18 years, 75 milligrams in males, and in females is 65 milligrams. So in 19 plus years, in males, 90 milligram, and females, 75 milligram. So in pregnant or lactating, in pregnant, 85 milligrams, for lactation, 120 milligrams. So if you are tobacco user, in males, additional 35 milligrams, and females, additional 35 milligrams. So what are the signs if you have deficiency in vitamin C? So dry splitting hair, or sometimes it's called split ends hair, slow wound healing, easy bruising, dry skin, gingivitis, nosebleed, joint pain, immune impairment, and digestive disorders.
So next is structures of water-soluble vitamins. First is ascorbic acid or the vitamin C. You can see na functional groups tulad ng hydroxyl at carbonyl na nakatulong sa water solubility nito. Next is riboflavin, isa ring water-soluble vitamin na kilala rin bilang vitamin B2. May mga functional groups na CH2OH, NH2, at mga heterocyclic rings na nakakatulong sa biochemical function in our body. So next group is thiamine, the vitamin B1. Mayroon itong complex structure na may amine group at sulfur containing ring. Then important ito sa mga energy metabolism. Next group is niacin group. Binubuo ng nicotinic acid and nicotinamide. Pareho silang may pyridine ring. Then ang nicotinamide ay may amide group. Then mahalaga sila sa mga cellular metabolism. Next is vitamin B6 group. May tatlong forms. The first is pyridoxine, the second is pyridoxal, the third is pyridoxamine. Sila ay may functional groups. Then ang pyridoxine ay may hydroxymethyl group. Then si pyridoxal ay may aldehyde group. And the pyridoxamine ay may amino metal group. Then important sila sa amino acid metabolism. Next is pantothenic acid, isang essential B vitamin na bahagi ng coenzyme A na mahalaga sa energy production at synthesis ng fatty acids, amino acids, at mga hormones. Nakikita dito ang mga functional groups tulad ng hydroxyl at carboxyl na nakatulong sa water solubility. Next is folacin, isang B vitamins na important sa DNA synthesis, cell division, at growth, lalo sa mga pregnancy. Ang mga structure nito ay may pteridine ring, 3-amino benzoic acid, at glutamic acid residues. Ang mga functional groups nito ay nakatulong sa biological activity of water solubility. Biotin, isang B vitamin na important sa metabolism ng carbohydrates, fat, and protein. Mayroon itong tetrahydrothiophene ring fuse sa isang urea cycle. Mahalaga ito sa maraming enzymatic processes. Then vitamin B12, isang complex vitamin na may cobalt ion sa gitna ng choline ring. Kailangan ito para sa nerve function, DNA synthesis, at red blood cell formation. Next is choline. So, in conclusion, lahat ng water-soluble vitamins or vitamin C, B complex, at choline, madaling matunaw sa tubig dahil sa mga polar groups tulad ng hydroxyl, amino, carboxyl. Iba-iba ang kanilang structures pero lahat ay mahalaga role. Immune support, energy metabolism, DNA synthesis, nerve at brain health, small molecules pero malaki ang impact sa ating kalusugan. Kaya tandaan, science works best kapag naiintindihan natin ang structures at function.